Hey, this is an analysis video for a vacant lot in a golf course community. These can be tricky because values can vary depending on where the lot is located in the community. Golf course views are at a premium. Obviously, if there's a lake or a pond, that's going to be worth more. And then oftentimes you have some slopes in these communities because golf courses are great in rolling hills. So this one is in a golf course community. I'm analyzing it in propstream. Pull up propstream here. I did try to get some help from Zillow. They didn't really have anything, and I've also used the GIS, the Geographic Information System for the county. So here's the neighborhood and the lot. Let's see, we're zoomed in a lot here. We'll zoom out a little bit. It's on a cul-de-sac in a golf course community. I had it zoomed out because I was looking at this number 5 here as a good comp for this because it's on the same road, basically the same size. They're both wooded, as you can see from the satellite map, fully wooded, so they're going to have to be cleared. There is a creek behind, so you got to be aware of that because normally you have a buffer from the creek, 50 feet in most cases, which shouldn't be an issue because this is a 1-acre lot, but it's just something to be aware of. Also for topography, generally, the property is going to run down towards creek or pond or lake. So you're going to usually have a slope there. So I did check the slope on the GIS. So here's the golf course. This seller is saying that their lot is on the golf course with a view of the tee box there where they, tee off. When I look at this and I zoom in, so I can see the property lines, and this is again on PropStream, it doesn't really look like you can see the tee box there. Even if I was to clear this whole thing, there's still trees there in the common area. They're going to block a view there unless I have a big balcony or something up on top that I can look down. So when somebody says something like that to me, I just kind of double check it, and maybe they have a view, maybe they don't. It doesn't really look like it. These homes here, you can see on the values in PropStream, 1,700,000, 800,000. These are nice newer homes, swimming pool, big square footage. These homes next door are probably older, built earlier, worth a little bit less, like 500,000, maybe 400,000. We can look at the comps on here. And then, like I said, when I'm scrolling down here, and these are also worth more because they're right on the fairway. So they're going to go for more. This one is comparable to me because it's got full woods. It backs up to the creek. It's just a few doors down from the one we're looking at, and it doesn't really have a golf course view. So that one sold for $75K recently. So that's a fairly good comp. Obviously, we're trying to wholesale this, so we'd be trying to, I wouldn't count on getting 75K. I'd count on getting 65 maybe for it, 70 if we're lucky. So we'd want to get this at 50 or 55 so we can make 10 or 15,000 on it. That's just our paradigm for things. So let's back out of this and we can just look at this information on the PropStream comps. You can see this is number 5. It's a vacant lot sold for $75K in 2021. It was a while ago. So, maybe things are worth more. I also know when I look here on the mortgage and transaction history and the MLS details that they bought this for 120. Well, it says it right here. They bought it for 120 in 2005. So they're losing money on this. And they've had it listed on the MLS. It's always good to check this. They've had it listed for 90 for 320 days. It hasn't sold. So that's good information to have. We've already talked with this seller and made an offer, and we're negotiating a price right now. But let's look at the GIS here. I've got the GIS open for this lot. Let's see. I scrolled down to look at that comp and see what the slope is like. So I put the topographical lines in here, the contours 5 foot on the GIS, so we can see the slope. It goes from 920 up at the road back down to 870, 865, 870. So, a pretty good slope there. 920 to 860 is 60 feet. And I looked this up. It's 260 feet. They'll show you here on the property information, property details. A lot of times on PropStream, they'll give you the lot size, 260 feet deep, and it's got 60 feet of slope. So you divide that 60 by 260 and you get like a 23% slope, which is pretty steep. So that's probably going to have to be like a walkout basement type house with a below ground level or partially below ground level. So anyway, that's just a brief analysis on a golf course lot and things to think about when you're looking at it. These layers asked it to show me here are the flood zone and the water. So there's the creek, and there is a flood zone just right off the back edge. So probably you wouldn't need flood insurance here because it's off the back edge, but something to be aware of too. And that's all for